Welcome to the Total Divas After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV, and thank you for joining us. We're going to be covering our season finale. Unfortunately, we're so sad to say goodbye to these girls, but it was a great episode. Let's talk Total Summerslam right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
R.I.P. A little nod to our All Red Everything, Eva Diva.
All Red Everything till the day I die.
Oh.
Until she's no longer with WWE.
I'll miss her.
No, I will always represent Eva Marie, even when she is no longer with the company. Even when she just goes back to being Natalie Eva Marie. I will forever represent. Miss you, boo. Miss you, Jonathan, and your deep V's. Miss you forever.
Did you just say miss you, boo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I not allowed to say boo?
I was just confirming.
Okay.
I was just, I wasn't quite sure.
Bae?
I like Bay.
Bae sounds so much worse coming from me.
I mean, aren't you married though?
Yeah.
Okay, just.
It's a platonic boo.
Okay.
It's his
Yeah, I can have a
WWE boo.
platonic boo.
All right. I'm just,
We
I'm
should
sure she
introduce
feels the same way
ourselves.
about me.
She does.
Hey guys, it's Megan Stecher here with the whole panel for the final time this season. This finale crept up on us out of nowhere, but
It's almost like they announced it last week.
exactly. But we're happy to be doing this for the last time, and you guys can check me out on social media at Megan Stecher.
And you can find me at Anissa Bar at 3 hours at the end. My name is Anissa Bar, so if you didn't know, just letting you know now. But I enjoyed this episode. I'm so excited.
And you can find me on everything at TK Trindad. And also, a lot of people have been hitting me up about my hair. You can go to, Mia Bella. I'll tag that. She done all this pink
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's too
Does
bad
it glow?
You know what? I want it to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna. That's my project this
Next
weekend.
time.
Oh, that's
Yes.
cool.
See, this is why I miss having hair. Because otherwise I would hit her up
So
too.
you can make it.
Yeah. Well, I can rock some extensions.
I mean, you can. I can make it happen for
Right? I'm Bill Hanstock. You can find me on social media at Sundown Motel. And I'm repping Natty for the first time in my life. I picked up
yeah.
her Two Paws Thug Life shirt. You can find that at commonwealthpress.com.
So you just bought that between last week
I
and
bought it while we were watching last week's show.
stop.
Wow.
And
it came a few days later, yeah.
Awesome. What's the price point on that? bad boy?
$25.
Oh, that's not
That's
bad
a
at
steal.
all.
Yeah.
These
Cheaper
days.
than WWE shirts.
There-
Or it's the
well-
price.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love that shirt. It's great. Speaking of Natty, we start out this episode with her running around upset backstage that she's about to go into a tag team in a couple of hours and has no idea who will be the sixth member of the squad. Flashback 2 weeks ago, a few weeks back. We go all the way back to actually not even being in New York for SummerSlam. We are at Maurice and Mrs. Pad out here in Los Angeles. He is leaf blowing the backyard, and she decides it's a great tool for her selfie. She needs a little Beyonce fan, and he obliges her. But she puts the bug in his ear that she wants to throw one of their famous Chateau Marmez parties. He reminds her everyone will be in New York at the time she's trying to throw it, and she said, what a great idea. Let's do it in New York.
Because Chateau Marmez is a state of mind, not a location.
You're so right about that. As long as they're hosting, everybody's
right.
caught the vibe.
There you go.
It's a
Right.
certain vibe.
It's just like church. Wherever two or more Ms. and Maurices are gathered, there you are.
There you are. I love that, Bill.
Shout out to my people who were raised Baptist. What's up?
I was gonna say I had
Where
a very.
two or more gathered,
Yeah,
God shall appear.
that's right.
I was gonna say shout out to my very religious upbringing.
Getting theological up there.
WWE, church,
That's right.
a lot of parallels going on here.
Praise the Lord.
We're not even drinking, everybody. Why didn't you know that? Nikki.
We should.
Well, maybe we should have for the finale. Nikki was set to head to TV, but she got a disappointing phone call from Carano that she's not really invited. to be on television. And Brie's take on it is, we kind of had the same exact conversation going on in the past few episodes, but Brie's take on it in tonight's episode was, it's not that they don't want you or need you, they're being overprotective. Mm-hmm. Do you guys think Nikki knew back at this point that she was going to be wrestling and they said, keep it on the DL, it's going to be this great reveal?
I don't think so. I don't know. I thought, like, she really didn't know that she was. And if she did know, hey,
yeah,
give you a round of applause, because I really thought, like, she didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cool that they, give us the backstory on that, too.
Sure.
Because during that weekend, I wanted to know who was going to be. But then again, I had a feeling who it was going to be anyways. But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I think, the whole thing with it's like, oh gosh. The whole thing with Eva, and then you kind of felt like that was going to happen, but you're kind of hoping that Lana was able to do it because she was really pushing for it, and she was, I feel sorry for her, but I'm really glad that she came back.
Yeah.
I think it's possible that they knew that Eva had failed her test a couple weeks before she got suspended. It's possible. From what I understand, that's not what happened, but like it has happened in the past, like when they found out Roman Reigns had failed and they let him go up through the pay-per-view to lose the title, and then they suspended him the next day. Like, it happens. I don't think it happened in this case. I think they probably found out like after they taped or after they did SmackDown Live that week before. So I think Nikki probably had some advance notice, and she was probably always their backup plan because they knew that she was cleared. But I think that there was some scrambling, but I do think it's possible that she did know.
I agree with that, because like if they're gonna, like, it kind of sucks, because what if they did fly her out there and then okay, this is gonna be the storyline, okay, we're gonna just say, hey, you did fail a drug test right here, we're gonna fly you back. Like, I feel like that would be a waste of time.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
The timeline from when Eva was suspended to the actual SummerSlam was how long?
I believe that they did SmackDown on Tuesday, and she was on that SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then between then and Sunday, the news came out.
Okay. She seemed genuinely really pissed because she was saying, "Don't film me."
Although to your point, I do because we're always looking at it from like a television production standpoint too. Like, there's not really any proof that when she left that hotel, she was in New York.
Oh.
Because we didn't see any other footage of her in Brooklyn.
Right.
Like, I didn't look closely enough at the surrounding street, but they reasonably could have filmed that anywhere.
Okay.
And had just a PA office camera being like, Eva, please.
That's interesting.
Or then I don't know. It's it's hard to believe too now to think about it, because she's now saying, "Oh, don't put the cameras on me. Don't put the cameras on me." But how many times have we seen that in different other reality shows?
But hardly ever in this show.
Yeah.
Right.
And she looked pretty pissed.
Right.
So I do believe it was like legit that she was in New York,
yeah.
and that they only found out a few days before SummerSlam, but
right.
We'll probably never know until Eva Marie puts out her memoir or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of strange because I know WWE has so many rules and regulations as far as especially the drug testing, and there's certain things that are not even considered, like it's not, meth or marijuana or steroids or stuff like that. It's kind of one of those things where you're taking for your health, that it's just kind of like you would let that go because it makes sense. But I don't know, because I know for other sports it's the same thing. It's like if you combine a lot of stuff, if you're sick or whatever, it's these rules and regulations. It's like, okay, well, I'm taking this not to enhance my game, but it's to. So it's weird that they would do that. Almost, I don't know. It's like sometimes WWE kind of picks and chooses, because I'm sure there have been some times where it's like somebody takes a cough medicine or something and it comes on the test, but they bypass that. Yeah. It feels like there's.
See, yeah, I am a little confused
favoritism
on like the policy, because what if you do take an Advil or a Tylenol?
Well, you can take over the counter anything.
Okay.
You can take anything over the counter. From what I understand, WWE's drug policy is as strict as like NFL, MLB, probably more strict than NFL, because those guys are all on horse steroids. But allegedly,
not all
of them, not Jay Cutler. So their policy is very strict. they do, you can take any over-the-counter stuff. Anything that's not over-the-counter, you have to have a prescription for. And I'm not sure what the policy on weed is right now, but from what I understand in recent years, it was just a fine for marijuana. And like people like RVD and Paul London would just pay the fine every time they got drug tested, and Evan Bourne. But it's you have to have a current prescription, doctor's note for everything. And both, Eva Marie said that was the case with her. And Paige wasn't able to produce a sample in time. So like it's just very weird that Paige and Eva Marie and Roman Reigns all sort of happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it rarely like everyone comes up.
And it seems like too, if you produce a prescription and your doctor knows what you do, like it would seem like it's easier.
Right.
I mean, of course, that's in some cases it's not, but in the age that we're in, it just seems like you would have to produce a prescription. So if you take a photo or have them write you one and then send one to like it just seems like you would cover your bases just in case. But I don't.
But also, they're on the road all the time, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I got my prescription changed to this other thing, and you could slip your mind that, oh, I also have to take that note to WWE.
I don't know.
Folks on the chat are saying it was actually August 17th was the exact day Eva was suspended, which coincidentally is Paige's birthday. Interesting.
And then SummerSlam was like on the 22nd or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think when I started working for TMZ, I saw Eva. She popped up like late August to do. I don't know. I don't even know if that interview ever aired. It might air after all this, but I saw her. I was like, oh, and I was like fangirling on the inside. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that would make sense because like my birthday is always around SummerSlam weekend, so that would make sense.
Do we think it was something as simple as like birth control, or is that probably totally
No.
allowed? No.
Yeah.
No.
Something that she's
allowed.
been on since high school. I'm trying to think, what would she constantly need to be reproducing
You know what though?
paperwork for?
You know what though? Like if they use the same test for men and women, it's possible that birth control could be that. Like it could be banned for men to take. Like
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know.
there's so many moving parts.
There's
here.
so many moving parts. Like, I mean, and are you also thinking about, so say she is taking birth control and then, she took a prescription, then how they interact. And then, there's just so many possibilities. And hopefully we'll find out. But given how WWE controls things, I don't think we will. We might find out a bit of it, but we won't get the whole thing.
I know that Jonathan put out on social media, like, this is such BS kind of a mentality.
Then he deleted it.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking that cause she played soccer. Didn't she have like a knee surgery for soccer or something?
Probably.
Maybe that's what she's been taking for her knee since high school.
If she's still taking something for her knee, then she shouldn't be wrestling.
No.
Yeah, if you're taking prescription medication for a knee surgery for 10 years, you have an opioid addiction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know.
Yeah.
AJ0314 says it was supposedly for Adderall.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. Like something you're taking to concentrate while you're in school, and then your doctor thinks it's a good idea that you always take it. I think Adderall is a real slippery slope as far as so many people are taking it recreationally right now to stay thin or what have you.
Oh, Alberto was the other one who failed all at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
Alberto, Paige, and even Alberto, Paige's second, and Eva Marie were like all in the same 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So do we think Paige and Alberto failed for the same thing?
I don't believe that. Alberto claims that his failure was due to Viagra.
Okay.
And he explained it that he has a 22-year-old girlfriend, so he needs a little help.
Wow.
How old is he?
He's 30. I looked this up today. 38.
So
38, 30.
if
She's
Daniel,
Older than
24.
me, that's old.
She's 24.
Yeah.
Now.
So if Daniel Bryan can have a kid at that age, I think Alberto Del Rio would be fine.
Well, I mean, we're talking
Well, he's probably
about.
not doing it for reproduction.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, in regards of that.
Well, I
scenario.
mean, let's leave that alone.
Yeah.
We can go so many different.
No, I know, but
But it just goes to show, like, everyone has a certain story, and WWE will have their certain story, and we're never gonna know. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we might as well move on to the next
Yeah.
thing.
Might as well. All right. Natty and Maurice have a quick convo about Maurice being excited about the party they're going to throw. She throws out there, why don't we do 80s prom? And Natty's brings up, like, I never went to my prom, so that'd be great. I could redo having a prom experience. And Dolph pops up into the conversation and says, oh, cool. Do I have to bring my cousin again, just like high school?
He seems like that type, though.
Yeah.
Like, just such a cornball.
Yeah,
Really?
for sure.
Yeah. I remember that time I can't remember what season it was where he was trying to convince Nikki to get back together with him.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
Was
gosh.
it 2 seasons ago?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I
it
think it was
last
like
season?
season.
No,
Maybe
it
it
wasn't
a
last
while ago.
season. Maybe like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, probably season 4.
He doesn't love you. He's not gonna marry you.
Yeah.
I'll be your husband. I'll give you kids. I'm
I can
like,
give
dude,
you a
thirsty.
husband. I can give you kids.
Oh man.
Then he
I'll
kissed
give you a
her.
kid right now.
Then she slapped him. It was the best.
Oh gosh.
He was
But shout
ready.
out to Delph. I like him. He
Yeah.
he needs a little bit more. Like he's getting a good storyline now, but I don't know. It feels like he's
Yeah.
always there. So
Total
there's-
Divas is like the best storyline he's had in a couple of years.
Yeah.
I love him on Total Divas.
Sure,
I
yeah.
wish he was on a lot more. I wish there was a way to incorporate him a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe next season.
Maybe. Yeah.
I would love to get his
There's a couple
brother more into
openings.
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do have a couple openings
He needs
now.
to like his girl, whoever he's dating or banging. We need to put her on the sneaker in or something.
Maybe he can start dating Amy Schumer again.
They were dating?
Yeah.
Wow.
No
Interesting.
comment.
Did you have her join the cast?
Did they meet like on the comedy circuit?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, I thought
Wow.
him and Dana Brooke were dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's dated many women.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has.
Why not? He's single.
You should look up some of those old interviews where Amy Schumer talks about Dolph Ziggler because it's pretty funny.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Good to
Oh
roast.
boy.
Oh, that's so weird. Now I'm thinking about how she and John Cena were in Trainwreck together. Interesting.
Had a lot to talk about.
I wonder if she used any of her experiences with Dolph written into her parts with John.
Oh.
Just wondering.
Oh, yeah, it's possible.
Possible. Marie Annette in the chat says, Dolph's a nice dude. I met him on Friday of SummerSlam weekend. Aw.
Nice.
It's so fun that when you get to actually like meet them.
Yeah.
Like meeting Nikki and Brie was awesome because they just couldn't have been nicer.
Yeah, Bree is one of my favorite people I've ever talked to.
Oh, mine
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's great.
Yes.
So he said Dana Brooks is dating someone else every other month. Yikes. Okay.
Well, Maurice and Biz, we're like really being tough on him. Maurice and Biz have another conversation about the prom. He thought she was kidding, but she said she wasn't kidding, and he very genuinely and sweetly asks her to prom because he finds out she never went to her prom either.
No, she got dumped.
Well,
That's the bigger thing.
Yeah.
she got dumped 2 hours before, so she was, I'm sure, in the hair and the makeup and was about to put her dress on. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a horror prom story?
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
Oh
And-
yeah.
right.
Oh yeah. Tell that.
Okay, so I told TK and Jimbo this story this morning.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So I did not want to go to my prom. I didn't want to go because it was like wrestling pay-per-view. And I'm like, I'm not going, and I was forced to go, unfortunately. I didn't have a date, I didn't care, I was like, fine, whatever. I was on my monthly nature calls, and it went through my dress.
That's horrible.
Literally a big red spot was literally on the back of my dress. I was wearing a cream color dress with black lace over. Nobody told me.
Shut up. That's horrible.
Nobody told me. And I went to the restroom. Still didn't. Obviously, I wasn't thinking, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm cool, I'm fine." And then after that, me and a group of friends, we went to Denny's. Sat down, ate. No one still didn't tell me.
That's
At
horrible.
all.
And they all knew?
So I went home and I cried. I was like, "This is why I didn't want to go."
Right.
Yeah.
Because one, I didn't have a date, and two, like I wasn't social in high school. I was just a total wrestling nerd, pretty much. And no one told me, and like I texted everybody and I said, "Hey, you guys knew I had like a spot, like I had my period."
was
They're
it like big or?
oh, it was noticeable. And they were like, no, and then like literally one of the actually got a text message. Probably I got a text message, and one of my friends said like, "Hey, did you have a spot?" did you have your period? I'm like, yeah. She goes, oh yeah, like people were talking about some girl having their period. It was so embarrassing. I didn't even want to like go back to like school and finish.
Oh my god, yeah. That's
my embarrassing story. So if you didn't have a date for prom or anything, think of my story.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
I didn't go, so I'm pretty happy about that.
I feel like prom was the biggest letdown. Like, you psych it up in your mind, you're like, all through high school, like, prom's gonna be the greatest, most fun night, and I felt like it was the lamest.
It seems like an American thing to me. It wasn't as big in Toronto as it was like what you see on TV. So like
I tripped out so hard when I found out that in Canada they don't have homecoming.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, some schools probably do, but not on the level that they do here.
So what do you have compared?
I mean, we do have prom, but it's not.
No, you don't have
just another dance.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Like, so when I didn't go, it wasn't like a big deal.
Oh, okay.
So and yeah, it's not a big. It's not, and homecoming's not a big deal. It's kind of like so after you graduate from high school, you go on to university, and how people have universities here where they go off to college and they party for 2 years. Like, people actually go and they either go to like a trade school, but not necessarily like mechanic or whatever. They'll go off to school, and it's legitimate. Like, within 2 years, they're in their job and they're adults. Whereas here, it's like, 4 years, and let me add another year, and let me add another year, and then you don't know what you want, and then you spend another 2 years working at Target, and then you like figure it out. But
look, we get it. Americans are lazy.
I didn't say it, but it's definitely a different experience. So
that's funny you mention that, because I remember when I finished high school, I begged my mom. I was like, Mom, can I just go to school in Canada? I really don't want to.
Oh my gosh.
I really did. My mom was like, you're not going to a different country, and I'm like, why not? It's Canada. Like, it's right next door.
So while you were trying to come to Canada, I ran away and came to the U.S.
But you're saying like prom's always a disappointment. Like for us. For my high school, it was like my senior prom wasn't even like just the biggest disappointment, because in Monterey County, all of the high schools in Monterey County, so there's the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey, and it's this gigantic, like, they have this huge ballroom, and it's gorgeous, and it's just like the oldest ballroom in Monterey County, and it's like got vaulted ceilings and these huge windows, and it looks out over this amazing courtyard. That Naval Postgraduate School, every high school in Monterey County rotates Naval Postgraduate School. Okay. So your school only gets that prom once every 7 years.
Oh, wow.
So my prom was not there. My senior prom was in some military barracks in Fort Ord. So it's like we could have had this, but we had like it was like a church gym, basically. Up?
No,
I
could have had.
I'm just extremely tired because I've been up since 6 a.m. So.
Well,
what about you?
Where it was?
Did you go to your junior and senior prom?
I did, and as a sophomore, I went to my boyfriend's prom. Was I a freshman or a sophomore?
3 proms.
I can't remember.
I know.
So
that's why they call you 3 proms, Megan.
I went to my fair share, and it always just felt like an overdone regular school dance to me.
Yeah.
I was like, why did we bother to go get pay for our hair to get done and the nails and the dress? It was just like, it's over in 3 hours,
sweaty.
just like any other dance. Like, I don't know. I thought it was lame.
At least I have really good prom pictures because I rented a tux, and my hair was bleached then. I had hair and it was bleached.
Oh my!
You gotta send us.
I know.
So I'm bald now. Yeah, I'll also
just need to post those.
Yeah.
Speaking of tuxes, Lana rents a tux for the prom because she wants to be able to move and dance and kick Naomi's butt on the dance floor.
I mean, do you not see what Naomi does in the ring? Like, what got me when I first saw her in the ring was when she jumped up. And literally every time, she never misses. She connects her butt to somebody's face, like, never misses. I've never seen her miss. And the fact that you want to challenge this woman who danced for the Orlando Magic, like.
Plus, Lana's seen her for years, like, be with the Funkadactyls, and have her music career where she dances in the videos. Yeah. So, like, Lana knows, like. Kudos to Lana for having like ultimate confidence in herself and her dancing abilities. And Lana's a good dancer, and she studied dance for a long time. Yeah. But to be like, I was shocked that she was so confident. She's like, I'm gonna kick your butt in a tux or a dress. I don't care.
Yeah. It just when I saw it, I just felt like you can tell Lana was, and Naomi pointed it out. I don't know if she knew that, but you can tell Lana was trained. So she was doing her training, like she was going through the moves, and you could tell Naomi that's like, even if she didn't take dance lessons, she could dance. It was one of those. It was definitely a difference of the two. But
was it? I thought it was Naomi that was saying like she took 5 years of tap.
She took the lessons.
Right.
But even prior to that, you see some people.
No, I know what
like,
you're saying.
Yeah,
you can
like,
just freestyle as opposed to.
Yeah,
like,
she's crazy, and she was being nice to her on the dance floor. She had a dress on. She took her heels off, but she was being nice to her. Like Naomi didn't bring it.
Yeah.
Like she could have. So
I was very impressed by Lana's routine though. Like she
yeah.
was doing some sick robot stuff.
The thing where she like would push her neck back and her head, I was like,
yeah, that was crazy.
yeah,
That's such a good move.
I like how she would like break down like on the street too, like that weird. I don't know if you guys saw that, but she did like this weird thing. Where,
Yeah,
like, her whole arms,
the Matrix.
Like no, her whole arms were like jiggling like that one episode of SpongeBob where Squidward would like jiggle. It was weird. Like I was like, oh my god, like that's kind of cool. And then she's doing it on the street.
Like the one episode of SpongeBob.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love it.
Claire Bowie says, I hate that move. It was so stupid. I think she's talking about the thing I was talking about with the neck, with Lana's neck.
But that's such a that's always like the capper of like a pop and lock routine. Is like if you can do that, like it's so like try it at home.
Yeah.
Like it's impossible. Like people end their routine with that move because it's such a like it's like the mic drop of popping and locking.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, guys. So many storylines going on tonight. Brie is upset she's not pregnant. She also asked Brian to put in a good word to get Nikki on the show because Nikki's upset she's not on the show, which leads to cut to Nikki's pissed.
Yeah.
She does not want...
Well, cut to Nikki eating like 20 cookies because it's cheat day.
Oh my god. I need a cheat day. I've been eating so healthy and all I can think about is pizza.
Oh god.
I had one today.
Did you get some of the?
Yeah.
No. It was
Well,
good.
you shut up
was
too
there
late. That's
pizza?
good.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
that
there
was
was
pizza.
two pieces
From where?
left. I don't know.
No one knows where it was from, but everyone was like, "This is the best pizza."
Yeah, I'm
it was really
particular.
good. It was
It
fun.
was
Mulberry's pizza is the best if you come to LA. New York style pizza.
Where's that? What neighborhood's that?
It's there's one in Sherman Oaks and there's one in Encino.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a really good little tiny hole in the wall pizza place, New York style, in Santa Monica.
If you come to LA and want deep dish pizza for whatever reason, now I normally don't go in for deep dish, but there's a place in Echo Park called Masa. It's amazing.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I've heard of that too.
And if you go where I live, which is an hour away, there's a cool pizza joint down the street from my house.
Oh my
So now you got all your pizza bases covered.
There you go.
in LA.
So Nikki's argument in this whole thing with Brie, her beef is she wants her hard work and talent to speak for itself. Enough of everyone thinking she's being handed these things because she dates John Cena. So now she doesn't want something to be handed to her because her sister's husband's the GM right now.
Right.
Which made perfect sense to me, actually.
It does,
Actually,
but
yeah.
unfortunately, like even though she doesn't want to, it's one of those things like if you're dating as a woman, if you're dating a guy who can't really like, hold himself, then, people are going to feel they can disrespect you. But if your dude's like 6'6" and like he can fight, the likelihood of somebody stepping to you is, so it's even though she doesn't want that, like she's dating John Cena and her brother-in-law is the GM, like there's gonna be a little
Also, at this point, like people know who Nikki Bella is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the funny thing is, like Nikki being or Brie being like, "Hey, you know who I think would be a good replacement? I know this lady Nikki." Like, as though like that was already the plan, probably. Like, so
so you
maybe
think
a little bit
it's like
of
part of the
manufactured drama. here.
storyline.
I really liked Brie's sweater. It was very knitted. I know, kind of out of foot, but I really like sweaters and cardigans. You see me wear one all the time. So, if anybody knows where you buy or get one of those, please let me know. I really want it. It's so cute. Like I love it.
Oh boy.
But like I am on Brie side on this one. Like I felt like she was trying to do something for her sister, and I felt like Nikki was being ungrateful for that. She should have been like, "Oh wow, like thanks, like for doing that. Like that's awesome." And when an opportunity is there, take it.
I didn't at first get why Nikki was so upset. Like I get like oh, I don't want people to view me in a certain way. Like, I get it, but like, she didn't have to be that upset. And then I realized that, like, oh yeah, during Total Bellas, the exact same thing happened to Brian, and you got pissed at Nikki for it. So
Yeah.
she's on the other foot now.
True. I liked Brian's analogy of like, what if it was this way around? Yeah, I like that a lot. What did you guys think of her attempt at an apology with Nikki at the Birdie B meeting site?
I mean, they're sisters.
It's the same as
Yeah.
every other fellow
It's
apology.
the same thing.
Same as every
It's
week.
just like acknowledge it. Like, as long as you acknowledge it, I think it's pretty much good. Like, the sorry doesn't even need to be there anymore. It's like, hey, look, I got it.
They probably don't even. They probably just sing it out loud for the cameras because they probably have that like secret twin telepathy.
Where they're sorry, but it's kind of funny how like Brian's like, okay, now you're gonna have to go say sorry to her, like
and the fact that she's like, I'm gonna sleep on it, like
yeah,
yeah,
I'm cool. It's just my sister.
That was the best line of the whole
awesome.
show, I thought. That was just my sister. Where are we at here? Ms. bought Maurice. Let's jump back to prom. Ms. bought Maurice a dress for prom,
oh
which
my gosh, the
she's
dress was everything.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
She's saying it looks so much like the one she was supposed to wear to her prom back in the day. I wonder if he called her mom.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. Like, I'm glad we're seeing this part of him. We've kind of seen it here and there, but he comes off as such a douche.
Yeah.
Like on when he's like in the ring and all this other stuff. But then you see these little things and you're like, oh, you're just acting like a douche.
Yeah.
You're really a sweetheart. Like,
Yeah.
I think all the girls were like, oh, like like, you know, when he asked her to the prom and stuff like that. So you definitely see a different side of him. So that was really cute. And he got her size too. Like, I'm sure he knows the fact that, and I don't think this was manufactured. The fact that he knows her size and didn't have to ask her, didn't have to get her to try it on, and she like put it on and it fit. 10
you
points.
think
Well,
he
that's
had the-
just totally a Miz and Maurice thing though, because like Miz is super into haute couture, and
Yeah.
so is Maurice. So like they definitely know each other's sizes.
Yeah.
Well, do you
Like,
think he had the WWE seamstresses make it for him?
I think he
since-
probably knew his own seamstress.
Yeah.
Like he has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He has so many like fashion connections
Yeah.
in
Oh,
LA.
okay.
Like those robes that he wears are like haute couture like robes that he has made, or he gets them from like legit designers.
Yeah.
I love that
Like,
you just said haute couture.
I know my stuff, man. I've
Serious?
seen that Dior documentary like twice.
Oh my.
What? Oh God.
I contain multitudes.
Many layers to
But like
Many layers.
if you Miz did mention like in the past at the Hall of Fame, like, yeah, I style my wife. You mentioned that in one of the Hall of Fames
So
because
weird
every
to me.
time he
That's what
brings
Kanye does to Kim.
yeah, every time
That I get.
they show up at the Hall of Fame, he picked out the dress. He decided to pick it, and she always says, yeah, he did. And I think, in my opinion, I think that when he retires from WWE, he should be a stylist.
I'm really hoping that Miz does a clothing line at some point.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he goes full Yeezy with it.
I don't know if he could be a stylist because a stylist is working for somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I don't know about that. Something in the industry,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
but
He'll
it's
work for Maurice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but being somebody's stylist, he's too far gone being his own thing and to answer to somebody else in that. Yeah, I don't. I mean, he's not that.
right.
I don't see that.
I reworded it wrong. Sorry.
Because if Eva Marie can have her own clothing line and have it be successful, I think Miz can definitely do that.
Oh
too.
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be smart.
yeah, they definitely.
I like to see that.
Well, let's talk rest of prom details. We talked the dance off, but let's talk everything else that happened. Our very own Maria and Kevin were there. It was fun to see them hanging out. Maria was like really feeling it. She was like yelling in the background and like having a good time.
She got a lot of
Totally
close-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her drinking the beer.
For a couple of minutes, I thought it was Maria Kanellis because of the way that Maria's hair was.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's like
There's some
looked
pictures,
really
too.
red.
Oh,
and stuff.
yeah, we got the
here's some
Yeah,
pictures.
here's our photos.
So cute.
The whole gang.
Yeah.
Look at Kevin.
Kevin's just feeling it.
Kevin had a good
He's
time.
soaking it in. He loves the
How funny.
WWE. He's soaking it in.
So in addition to corsages in the lobby for the ladies, as well as an ice sculpture, I thought the ice sculpture was a great touch.
Yeah.
That was adorable.
It's almost like they had like a production designer.
I
put
know,
into it.
right?
It
Almost
came
like
together on
that.
such short notice. It's crazy.
I mean, the Miz didn't put it together by himself.
He probably carved that ice sculpture.
Yeah, you know, he has time for that.
Yeah.
America's Most Famous Principal also
Mr.
came.
Belling.
Mr.
He was
Belling.
at SummerSlam.
He's a
wasn't he?
massive
Yeah.
wrestling
Yeah.
fan. He's at like
He's been at.
everything.
He's
I think-
always there,
Yeah,
right?
he's
I
been
went
at
to
a few.
Yeah, I went to like the Iron Sheik's roast a couple years ago, and he was there.
Yeah.
and he's just always at, like,
Yeah, because I see him when they come to Staples.
yeah,
they
he's a
always post
massive
pictures.
wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
have
also
to
a
get-
he's also a friend of the network too.
Yes.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's come in
Yeah.
several times. He's guest hosted on Raw before. He's done interviews with AfterBuzz alumnus Kathy Kelly.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. No, he's a big friend of Marie and Kevin's.
Friend of the pod. Friend of the pod. I love this photo.
It's a great
So
photo.
cute.
So cute. Maurice's dress is great. I remember Maria Menounos getting ready for this, like on her Instagram and everything, and I was like, where is she going dressed up like that? But now we know.
Yeah.
So fun. Natty was kind of comparing people to who they would be on Saved by the Bell. She said Miz is definitely Zach and Maurice is definitely Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
She's Lisa, and the big show is Screech. I like
Yeah, but
that.
who's Slater?
And Jesse.
Oh, Slater and Jesse were missing.
I would say Maria would be Lisa.
Well, Slater is clearly John from the Usos.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, he's more of a Zach, actually.
Yeah, because I think Miz is more of a Slater.
Yeah, let's say that John and Naomi are Zach and Kelly.
Yeah, and then Miz and Maurice are Slater
Slater.
and Jesse.
Jesse, yeah.
Yeah, that make more sense.
Yeah.
Hopefully, she doesn't go to the showgirls.
I mean, like, let's be real. Natty's the Screech.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
If
true.
you,
Yeah, with
if
her
you,
dance moves.
if you're looking around at your group of friends and you're having trouble figuring out who's the Screech, guess what?
You're the Screech.
Oh,
I like it.
And
Natty.
hey,
You're
it's
totally
fine
right.
if you're the Screech. Everyone's got to
Yeah.
be the Screech sometime.
This is so true.
I like how they did the they added the Slave by the Bell
The mom.
That-
Saved by the
Yeah.
Bell theme.
That's one of
in
my
the
favorite
background.
things that Total Divas has ever done
I was going to
production-wise.
say, that's the best thing I've ever seen them
I'm,
do,
I'm
editing-wise.
so impressed. I'm over the moon impressed, like
Yeah.
legitimately, that they shelled out the money to license the actual theme song.
Yeah.
Me
Right?
too, me
Like,
too. I was very impressed.
like any past season of Total Divas, anything that WWE's ever done, they would do a sound alike.
Right.
They would do like graphics that aren't quite the Saved by the Bell graphics, but the fact that like Total Divas ponied up and like did it, I was
Yes.
Do you think that's more of an E thing versus a W?
yeah, I think it probably is.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I love
Or
it.
maybe that's finally like Nikki Bella's hand in the executive production department.
Ooh, does she have a title in there now?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
nice.
at the beginning of every show now.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nikki.
boss lady running things.
Yeah.
I bet all the other girls
She's
are
such
mad
a-
jealous.
Well, it's not. She's a hard worker.
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
can't.
think all
take
the
that
other
away from
girls
her.
realize that like the Bellas made this show happen, so
Oh, yeah. They
Yeah.
kind
They're
of
probably
roll
not
in
that upset.
everything.
Yeah, you can't take that away from her. She's definitely like they both are. But
Whatever.
Nikki's puts in crazy work.
is that Total? Does anyone know if that Total Divas cosmetics line is still a thing?
Ooh, I don't
Oh, I have
know.
no idea.
No.
Because a couple years ago, you guys remember that?
Yeah.
They had
It's
they
not
put
at
together
Sephora. I'll tell you that much. So it's somewhere.
No.
Okay.
I don't know where it is.
eBay.
Maybe.
eBay. Craigslist.
Back at the prom, Maurice and Mike are king and queen. As a
Shockingly.
surprise to no one.
Although John tried to rig it.
Oh my gosh! And it's so funny because they panned him to the box and he gave this like wicked smile. I'm like, why is he smiling? He probably voted for he voted for himself 5 times. Crazy.
It's probably because like his brother probably won prom king at their prom.
Oh
and
yeah,
he
I wonder how
didn't.
that would be.
They're probably co-prom king.
Yeah, I feel like if they did that, they would have to. They're just so nice to
One
each
of them
other.
gets a crown, the other one gets a little.
Yeah.
No, but do you guys think that the Usos were popular in high school?
I think so, yeah.
It depends on where they were.
They were
Yeah,
twins.
no, yeah.
They were tall. They're
Oh my
good
gosh.
looking.
They're, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were really
all of the
popular.
above.
They were on the football team.
All of the above.
Did they play sports?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're.
Well, then that seals it.
Yeah.
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 Because
And
you know,
they have
some-
their personalities are on point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like kids who are in high school who are like the progeny of like famous people, like that can go either way. Like either they're popular or they're like superficially popular, or
okay.
like they're popular just because they're the son of a famous person, so like everyone hates their guts behind their back
Yeah.
or whatever. Like
Well, they have a documentary, a small little quick documentary on the WWE Network, and they.
Oh.
I forgot who, but his wife, which twin, but his wife mentions like, yeah, they were popular guys, school, and everybody wanted to be with them.
Just see how he treats Naomi. You could just tell it's just so like fake is not in his DNA.
Right.
Like he's not going to give you fake.
Yeah.
He's going to give you laughter and jokes, and it might be at your expense, but that's what you.
See, that's what leads me to believe that maybe he wasn't popular in high school because he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, but he's like a jokester though. It wasn't like too nice where you can like walk like.
Class clown.
Yeah,
type
they
thing.
don't seem like the person like you can walk over them, because then that's when you're gonna see the oos.
Prom. That's prom. I thought.
And
And the reason it was a good prom, they were allowed to drink because they're adults, which is why I think weddings are way more fun than prom.
it's funny because for the past like 5 years, like probably longer than this, I think I wanted to do it for like my 30th birthday. I've been wanting to do a prom for my birthday, and I think next year I'm
That's
finally
fun.
going to do it actually. So
fun.
yeah,
I
I'm gonna
think
do
I
like
should do something.
I'm gonna do like legit though. I'm gonna like rent a space, like a small ballroom or
Fun.
something. Have like I'm gonna order like actual like prom like sets.
Okay.
And like have a photographer and stuff. Like
That's
it's gonna
fun.
be really cool.
like a red carpet and everything.
And I'm straight edge, so I'm not gonna like serve alcohol, but you can spike the punch if you feel like you have to.
We'll do something.
Straight out of every 80s teen movie. I love
Exactly.
it. Well, let's wrap up this episode. We're flashing.
Oh, sorry. So somebody said Total Divas makeup line was named Go to the Mat, and she really wanted to buy it, so that's Montserrat. So.
Good name.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Go to the mat.
Actually, but while we're still there, I looked it up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, here, there it is.
There are 3 products here: the Totally Matte Eyeshadow Trio, the Lip Graffiti Matte Lacquer, and the Totally Matte Lip Crayon. Not too expensive.
What
Yeah, those
website?
colors.
What website is
Those
that?
color doesn't look like it's
This
for
is
everybody.
PrestigeCosmetics.com.
You know that brand name, Prestige Cosmetics. It's right up there with MAC.
Remember when they
Prestige is in the name.
They
Yeah.
did the trip to the makeup factory
Sure.
to like
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody
Yeah,
had
I
their
remember
hairnets
that.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it's for everybody. Those colors are kind of. Anyways,
Anyways,
I won't be buying it.
so we're gonna flash back. We flash to where the episode had started with a teaser of like who is going to be our 6th tag team member. Lana was trying to gun to get in there, and the ladies, their last person to come out to the ring to fight, surprise, it's Nikki. Woo! And the crowd goes wild.
They really did.
Yeah.
They really
She
did.
looks amazing.
She looked so. I don't think she's ever looked more fit or more beautiful. Like, and then when she ripped the red shirt off to have the white fearless Nikki underneath,
made
I
me want
was
to get
like,
some boobs for sure.
Right.
Just toss the $3,000 down.
There's so many good fake boobs on this show that I'm like, maybe I should.
Yeah, and the fact that they don't like they're so physical and nothing happens. I mean,
I was thinking about that today.
That's actually
Yeah.
happened before.
Well, Eva in one of the first seasons
Yeah.
had to fix.
oh yeah,
hers.
but I think the ones that she got prior to that weren't.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
like the
athletic.
technology's come
Yeah.
along because
Yeah.
it happened to China once in a match.
and it happened
Yeah.
to Mickey James.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, but that's I think we're in a whole new
Yeah.
whole new
We're
world
in
right now.
another generation
A whole
of
new
Yeah, I
generation.
cosmetic surgery.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see.
And if we could have that last photo brought up for us here, we have some exciting news.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Congratulations to Brie and
so
Brian. Brie gave birth last night at like 11:58 p.m. So right before midnight. And they've named the baby Birdie Joe.
So cute.
So sweet. So congrats to
she's
them.
probably over the moon.
I know. So
Yeah,
E has
cool.
put out this exclusive photo that we're looking at. It's Brian cradling the baby's foot while Brie is cradling the baby in her arms. So sweet.
No photos of the full baby.
Of the full
No.
baby.
just teases. WWE.com said to stay tuned to their YouTube channel for more.
Yeah. Oh
updates.
yeah, because they had they've been doing stuff with the YouTube channel.
Yeah, and the baby was 8 pounds.
He's a big baby, 21 inches too. Yeah.
Yeah.
How tall is Daniel Bryan?
He's like 5'10", 5'11".
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She went past her due date. Her due date was April 30th. So the baby was cooking for a little while longer. She really got
2
big in
weeks.
there.
And you know what's funny though? I noticed that on social media that when Nikki arrived, this all happened.
Yeah.
So
And they were making jokes like she was waiting for Auntie Coco.
Yeah.
So Nikki is there with her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect.
She flew in
Perfect
like the
timing.
day before the Brie gave
Oh,
birth.
perfect timing. Because I know she's been doing so much traveling. I've been seeing all of her posts where she's constantly getting her makeup done for the next thing and the next thing. And I'm like, oh, she's going to miss it. Well, that's awesome. She made it. Well, does anyone have anything else to share before we bid a dear farewell?
I'm just sad that the season's over.
I am too.
It got super good in like the last few episodes.
Yes.
It really picked up.
I'm sad we got no Paige or Eva wrap up. I know we all were, trying to do our hopes last
I'm gonna
week.
be very sad if this is Eva's last thing with the company.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't be, but it's likely that it
Seems
will.
like it.
But I just want to say, like, thanks for letting me be on the panel. I loved it, and I hope I can be back for Total Bellas. I love all you guys. You're great.
Think about it. You were great too.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
Yes. Added a male perspective.
Other than Jimbo's.
And Jimbo's.
Any other final words?
Yeah,
thoughts?
I do want to say thank you for letting me join the panel. I know I came on like literally last minute. I was
Well,
like,
we don't choose.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
that's
Thank you,
a Jeff and
scheduling.
Maria. And
Yeah.
that's none of us.
Thank you, Jeff and scheduling.
Yeah.
But you know, it was fun. It's good to have, chime in on new faces and every time. And I hope we all get to do Total Bellas because that would be this is fun.
Yeah,
This is fun.
perfect. Ashley Sanders says talk about Total Bellas. That looks good. So yeah.
And I love how all of our vibes connected and all of our opinions connected too. So it's awesome.
What does everybody think for Total Bellas? I thought the trailer looked great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Excited.
but again, we know what's like gonna happen, but I'm sure there's gonna be some stuff that we don't know.
Well, we just found out this week that they're gonna flip the script, and John and Nikki are moving in with the Danielsons.
Yeah.
To help
Oh.
with Brie's pregnancy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see Brie's pregnancy. We're gonna see
John's
the
not gonna be
engagement.
happy.
I'm really looking forward to like John moving
As we
from
guessed.
his house
Yes.
rules to moving into a house where there's not really any rules,
And
like there's a
smaller
composting
house
toilet.
on
Yeah.
like super small.
John Cena, I don't know if he can live in a house where there's not a chandelier in every room.
Yeah. I
He's
think
like,
it's-
is this the ghetto? What's
yeah,
happening?
I think it's a space issue too. Like he seems like the type like, okay, like we're together and now I need my time. I'm gonna be in my office
Right.
on the West Wing.
Right.
Ring me up when like now everybody's on top of each other in his mind.
Yeah.
But also, I think that this will help him too because he did live in a decent home with 5 brothers and everything, and I think this would probably bring him back to hey.
I don't think so.
This
He's
is
like,
how-
isn't he
He's
like
gonna
40,
be-
40
he's-
something? Or
Yeah,
is he
but
late
he has like
30s?
5
Yeah.
brothers.
He's
Yeah.
gonna break down into tears when he finds out there's no room to retire to for brandy
Yeah.
and cigars after dinner.
Yeah. No,
He'll be fine.
He's used to a certain way of life. Like,
Yeah.
the reason why he works so hard is to get away from
Right. This is why the rich won't agree to tax cuts because
There you go.
Joseph Boza predicting for Total Bellas that he thinks they're already married, Cena and Nikki.
Oh yeah, we already phrased that.
Interesting. Well, somebody wrote in here, I'm going to miss you guys. Claire did.
we're gonna miss you too, Claire.
We're going to miss you. Thank you to everybody. We know we have such awesome
Yes.
fans.
Pester
that
us on
tune in
social
every
media
week.
though. We'll,
Yeah, for sure.
So we'd love to stay chatting with you guys until Total Bellas comes back. Thank you so much for tuning in every week. We've loved chatting with you in the chat, online, during the week. You guys giving us the news. It's been awesome. We can't wait to see you guys for Total Bellas and again for next season's Total Divas. Bill, where can they chat with you, hon?
You can check me out on social media at Sundown Motel, pretty much everywhere. I'm Sundown Motel. And make sure you check out uprocks.com/sports, uprocks.com, withspandex.com for all of our pro wrestling coverage, all of our Total Divas coverage. I'll have my last Total Divas recap of the season up tomorrow morning.
Wow. First off, people were asking me about my hair. So Mia Bella, you can check her on Instagram. Also, Honey Beauty Collections. She gave me these really great bracelets, so you can check that out. Also check out Xpac 12360. Really, really great show. That's good. I'm on Dear White People. I'm on Keep On With Kardashians. Just follow me on social media. I'm also on TMZ. You can follow me on social media at TK Trindad.
And I do want to say something really, really quickly. I posted something about Carmella being on Total Divas, and she liked my tweet, so I felt really cool. So if you guys want to follow me, you can follow me at Anissa Bar with 3 R's at the end, and I hope to interact with you on social media.
And if you guys are big reality TV show fans, which you might be if you're checking out Total Divas, I'm doing the Real Housewives of New York for probably another 5-6 months. Those things last forever. So you guys can check me out there. And I have an exciting project with a really well-known person in the reality TV world coming to AFTERBUZZ. So I don't have a date.
Hanging like that?
I know, I don't have a date.
Wow.
I can't say who. Follow my social media. I'll chat with you guys there. Have a great one. Good night.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.